Rated M for mature.
So, you want to experience being a Second World War sniper in the most immersive way possible, do you? Well then, you'll need the latest briefing from the field on Sniper Elite VR, a new way to pit your sharpshooting skills against Hitler's lackeys. Fall in, recruits, fall in. Stand up straight, VR headsets on firmly, and you at the back, is that a lollipop? Good heavens. Can I have one? Anyway, I better get on with the briefing because the Nazis aren't getting any less evil or gun-toting. Sniper Elite VR is out right now on PSVR, Steam VR and Oculus platforms. That means those of you with VR hardware can get closer to the period-authentic melee than ever before in the series, holding a sniper rifle in your hands and living the battlefield rather than visiting it via everyone's favourite proxy, Carl Fairburn. This is a totally new adventure into wartime axis bashing, which means there's lots to talk about before you head out there. So let's do that. But before we do, remember to hit the subscribe button and ding the bell for more like this. Gun it for the thumbs up button if you end up having fun with this vid too. Now then, next slide please, Corporal. The first thing to know about this new experience from Rebellion, Just Add Water and Coatsink is that it's very customizable. If you're a veteran VR player who got their sea legs long ago, you can zip about with free movement mode, peeking out from doorways and bobbing in and out of cover like a pro. If that's not for you though, the teleport movement style works just as well, and some newcomers to VR might find it more comfortable. There's also a choice of grip control methods, which you can test out and see which you find easiest with your controllers. And yes, Southpaw snipers, you're accounted for here too. You can flip the layout and controls to left-handed mode in one click. Number 2, you don't just snipe all the way through. I mean, obviously. Sniper Elite games have always carried more in their arsenal than a scoped rifle, and SEVR brings that variety of gunplay and explosives to this new immersive arena. Some of the most fun your humble voiceover buddy here has had in the game has been absolutely leathering groups of German soldiers with the Panzerfaust and watching their damage numbers spew forth like confetti. It's a real revelation to wield the well rod in VR too, after taking it on so many stealthy missions with Mr. Carl Fairburn in the previous Sniper Elite games. Something of an oddity in that it's both bolt action and features a primitive silencer. You can use it here when you don't want to make a scene. Also, I've definitely got a newfound respect for Carl for working that bolt action so quickly and efficiently. SMGs, shotguns, and of course grenades all litter the battlefield too, so if you can get close enough to your enemy, you can even try taking on whole levels without looking down that magnification scope once. Setting foot on the virtual battlefield can be quite intense at the best of times. I've had to take 5 between capture the flag matches in SE4 for a cup of breakfast blend and a couple of bourbons, for example. But when that battlefield is all around you, whizzing overhead, collapsing to your side, writhing in pain at your feet, and shouting quite assertively in German dead ahead of you, the intensity factor really ramps up. It's exhilarating stuff. Fellow cup of tea and bourbon enthusiasts will be relieved to hear that there are moments of calm along the way then. SEVR's story is told in retrospect by an Italian former resistance fighter, now in his retirement years, sitting in the garden with his family. Slight Don Corleone vibes here, but whatevs. With a voice like rich hot chocolate laced with brandy, he recounts the battles that shaped his war experience. Also rather handily for us, he's made a scrapbook with each mission's objectives in it, so we know what to aim at when we're transported back in time to his bullet-riddled memories. These interstitial moments are also a fantastic opportunity to practice what I like to call hand acting. And the Academy Award goes to...
family, freedom, peace.
Let's be straight on this, the Nazis you face here shoot to kill. When you're in the field, it's certainly not a passive shooting gallery. That's what the actual shooting range is for, by the way, if you want to get used to each weapon's reload style and the specifics of its aim. But when you're in the thick of it, you need to think like Fairburn or you'll be Swiss cheese. While some missions begin with the gunfire already roaring, others feature enemies who aren't yet alerted, and their alert states are comparable to the AI behaviour in Sniper Elite 4. There's a brief moment of investigation, and then if they still see you, or are still alive, they'll enter a full alert stage, bellowing at the top of their Hitler-loving lungs and giving you a real tough fight in the making. But you do have more than just guns and explosives to aid you, which leads us to number 5. Thanks for the segue, me from 2 seconds ago. Yes, cover. There is a crouch button in SEVR, of course, but you don't actually need it because you're inhabiting a physical space. That means if you want to get behind cover, you just get behind cover. Yes, literally duck down behind supply crates or doorways, anything that will block a shell. After so many years of pressing a button to do this, it's both ridiculously freeing and embarrassingly obvious to protect yourself in this way. But that still didn't stop this inept would-be resistance fighter from standing uselessly by a box, protecting only my lower half before I remembered I could move wherever I liked. Some of us just aren't born soldiers, you know? You know when it's taking ages to load that database at work and you stare off out the window, absent-mindedly swirling a Belvita around in your coffee, wondering whether it would be possible to fire a high-caliber, long-range rifle in one hand and a high-rate-of-fire submachine gun in the other at the same time? No, nor me. It was just something a friend of mine said once. You wouldn't know them. I met them on holiday. Look, the point is, if you ever did have that thought, SEVR is an incredibly good field test for it. Because, yes, you can dual-wield weapons here, and when you do, you realise why soldiers aren't routinely encouraged to do so on the battlefield. Aiming at two places at once with only one hand to stabilise each gun is a feat of skill akin to solving a Rubik's Cube during a driving test. Slightly more viable, and just as John McClane if you ask me, is the tactic of holding them both and alternating fire, so that you're bringing the overall greater magazine capacity without starting a small fire in your brain trying to simultaneously aim two places at once. So then, 6 things you absolutely need to know about Sniper Elite VR as you head out into the fracas for the first time, plus numerous mentions of hot drinks and biscuits which we've also included gratis. Smash that like button to help us out and get this video in front of more people, and to catch more from us, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and sit back content in the knowledge that you've just done something wonderful. See you in another vid.